there's one more dimension to what we said that's crucial. If someone were to hear all this information we're putting out and say, why, what do we do to make things change? Here's something that's not, it should be common sense, but it's not. The political class in a society like ours, it's not that they're unaware of this information, okay? It's not that, okay? How it works is this. Where very often power centers are looking from is that they know that until the population of the country, number one, does two things. One, learns of these things, and two, peacefully and through the proper channels ask for these changes, ask for changes to be made. In other words, they have to be educated about such things in a way that's logical, and then to peacefully and calmly ask by way of a peaceful political movement. That's what's happening. In other words, it's not a matter of that power centers are somehow unaware of all this, or don't care what the population thinks, or like that it's like the way it is. But what power centers would say, well, until people become aware of the realities and also demonstrate and ask in a way that they understand we live in a democracy and don't go do something insane, nothing can change. But the idea is to make as many people aware of these things and simply realize that all that has to happen is for everybody to be aware in a rational way and to ask by way of Allah. For instance, we saw a great model of such a thing actually in some Middle Eastern countries where everybody in the population came out holding candles and saying, okay, we want certain things stopped and we want the government to step down for these reasons, and they sat for days with candles, and because it was so many people and because they were asking peacefully, America said to the government, but we have a lot of pull with this. We said we stand with these people for what they're doing, and our own president said we support this, and the government stepped down, and there was a change. That's a great model of what has to happen. These are not things that are unknown by power centers. It's just that they can't. In a democracy, the one problem is people have to ask. Part of the problem with a lot of movements is they're not even sure what they want, and they're being vague, and they don't know enough in some sense to know what to ask for. It's just a movement, but it's so vague what they're asking for that they're not educated enough about the problems that are going on that are affecting them. They don't know what to ask for. But if a lot of people ask or petition the representatives to do something, and it's a large movement, oh yeah, it's electoral democracy, that they have to do something to get elected again. That's what's happening. It's just that people are unaware of all this and don't look into it. That's all.